Alrighty guys, how's it going? I am back after a short little break. Been running Le Mans here for a few laps. In the mid 350s right now, so the fast times right now are in the 32s. I imagine it'll only get faster as people figure out the cars a little bit more. So figure while I'm out here testing, logging telemetry, I'd get a little stream going. I may switch over to the Ford eventually, but for right now I'm in the Ferrari. The Ferrari at Le Mans, this is a lot easier to drive than I thought it was going to be. Pretty much just running completely void of like all downforce in the car. From the baseline set, for right now I took out a lot of the toe, and of course you got to adjust the gears too. Took out a lot of the toe, removed all the wing, and changed the tire pressures, and I just hit the 56 lap with that. So don't think I did anything else. The only thing I recommend. It's about right in this area. The 6th gear here, I was running to just get that about 300 kilometers an hour, 189, and when I was low on fuel, yeah, the thing was blinking already, so I mean, it was only for a brief amount, but I was not drafting. This guy was about 3 seconds ahead of me, so I really wasn't in his draft. If you were up on someone's rear end, you would probably top off a lot quicker. So I'm going to guess that it's either going to be a 150 or 174. It's probably going to be the 6th gear. So I'm going to go back out and try that. From this lap to here, I just adjusted the toes down, and I took all the rear toe out to begin with, but now I'm reducing the front toe because at Le Mans, it's all about top speed, and toe in and toe outs, it's more friction on the tire, so it'll scrub just a tiny little extra speed off. So really, at Le Mans, you almost run like no toe. So I'm just going to see how the car acts now. These tire pressures were with that as the starting state, so now I'm just going to even 21s all around and see how close it gets to each other. And yeah, other than that, I haven't done any suspension changes. If I do any suspension changes, I figured, I'll put it on camera. Get people going on a set. Alright. If you've binded a traction control switch, you can switch it on and off. It's one of those toggle things where you get it off for, I think it's like 5 to 10 seconds or whatever like that. So it's not a toggle switch, it just cuts the traction control for a little bit. Oh, thought I had my pit limiter on. I'm gonna throw out a disclaimer there too. Since Le Mans came out on iRacing, I think I've done one official race here, so I'm actually still kind of learning the track. So that's why I'm actually kind of happy right now that so far I have a 56 banked. I went with a generally pretty safe lap. Not really pushing it really too hard. I'm already in the 56s, which for Ferrari guys, I'm like 4th place right now. But you know, fast guys are in the 52s, so still got some time to make up. HPD doesn't seem to be getting in the way from me too much. Figured it would be, because they got low downforce now. They're forced to run that here. Entry. Still faster somehow. Let's get out of his draft so I don't dilute my session best laps too badly. Alright, he's 3.5 out. I shouldn't get any more draft. One thing I'll say about the Ferrari is it does not mind you jumping on the gas early. As of right now, the traction control buttons only affect TC1. TC2 is going to be adjusted manually in the in-car adjustments. I don't know if they're going to add buttons for that, or the ability to assign buttons to that soon. Just let this HPD go by. Or he doesn't want to.
Car on the right.
Please go by.
Clear.
Thank you. So yeah, we're seeing 54s. I mean, the good thing is the top times aren't too far off. So hopefully it's looking like right now they have the BOP pretty good, but you know, car's been out for 5 hours, can't really judge it just yet. I get some major frame skips on the front there. When I had mirrors on for like the rear view camera, oh my god. I'd go down to like 40 FPS. That's a slowdown. Yep.
Big day you cut the cord. Big day you cut the cord.
Gotta slow down.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, just barely went a little too far.
Well, you're probably getting me again. I think you're a little faster than I am.
Yeah, I used to run this track all the time on Gran Turismo, and even like the old Codemasters games, like Grid used to have them on here too.
Oh, I've got a family deal. See you soon.
Okie dokie. Also on my relative, the teal colored, that is the Ford GT. Obviously the pink colored is Ferrari, and the yellows are the HPDs. This is just a random hosted session with just those three cars right now. That might be, yep.
Big day you cut the cord. Big day you cut the cord.
Just trying to find my limits. Not trying to be senior slowdown. Hell, video output's low. Of course. Let me just park it. See what's going on. Yeah, video output's low. Was working just fine not too long ago. Drop frame is 0. Let me look at the stream health. Video output is low. Yeah, that is very laggy, isn't it? Of course. All right, give me a second here.
Thanks, man.
That's all right, mate. I've got to slow down.
I don't know what's going on. Let me just get a lap replay going on here. And I just want to watch the video for a minute. Because if it's extremely choppy, I'll just, I'll end the stream and then go away, you know, see, like, reset the router and see what I can do. At least it was better earlier. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm watching the video in the preview window and it doesn't seem to be laggy and choppy. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna delete the stream anyway. Maybe. I don't know. If it improves though, I'll let it go. Let's see. Zero drop frames. Okay. I don't know. Alright. So they're heating up correctly. Yeah, I like the transmission. updates. That was pretty good. Let's try softer springs in the front. Just want to see how that feels. That was one click down from the baseline. Yeah. Let that guy by. Just want to. Right now, I'm just trying to set baselines in a clear track because I want to figure out my gear sets and stuff like that. Of course, if I screw up, I'll lose more time.
They say you cut the cord. They say you cut the cord.
Definitely made it snap, that's for sure. We have to put a little extra bump stiffness in the front to make it not overreact. Or ARB. ARB might work. By the way, if the stream gets choppy, let me know ASAP. If it gets any worse. It's a good thing about Le Mans, I can bring up other windows and look at what's going on. Hopefully the HPD passes me before the next lap. I think the 5-second one will. Gotta remember, all I need to do is go down to 5th gear there. Go for it, please. Okay, he's not.
They say you cut the cord. They say you cut the cord. You've got a slow car on the right. You've got a slow car on the right. Go left.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, I don't know if I like the softer springs or not, or maybe I gotta lower the rear end with it too. It could be just as simple as adding a little bit more bump stiffness so it doesn't... Feels like it's erotic, like the way that it just kind of... When you turn in, it just feels so sudden. Whereas the other spring, you could actually feel the weight transfer, and now it's just like, boom, all the weight on the other tire. Things considered, I'm doing faster times throughout here if you ignore sector 1, because that's where I had the slowdown. I don't know. Got another HPD 5 seconds behind. Probably catch me in the Porsche curbs. Don't know if it would help, but maybe add a shortened third gear too. They meet me in this same spot every fucking time. Lap's already ruined, man. Go on ahead. It's amazing how, like, half the laps I've already done are already. They always meet me at the exit of the Porsche curves.
Go left. They say you cut the corner. They say you cut the corner.
In case you were wondering what I was doing there, was I was going to stop, get the slowdown out of the way, then continue this lap. I didn't expect the HPD to stop in the same spot, too. They looked dumb as hell, but I had a plan. Sometimes I know what I'm doing, I think. See, the other spring, this part feels better. But from here on until the end of Mulsanne Straight, it just... This spring is better, so I just gotta find a better... I think I just gotta find a better line through that series of corners. Still riding fourth. there's a good exit. That, on the other hand, was bad. I thought you could hear the car kind of squeak a little bit when you're doing heavy braking and stuff like that. That's really neat. I'm guessing the guy ahead of me is going to whoop my time. I'm positive on my time overall and he's still pulled away from me. I don't claim to be the fastest driver, that's for sure. That corner gets me every time. Oh my god! I cannot take that fucking corner. Oh, that's so frustrating. Man, I had such a good lap going too. Senior slowdown. I gotta brake a little earlier for this. That was a little bit better. Yeah, I think with just the probably one or two clicks of front bump, low speed bump, it'll make the front feel perfect. If you don't overdrive it, it feels perfect. But if you just kind of step on the edge just a little bit, it doesn't. It feels so bad going into the corner. That's probably a slowdown. Nope. Okay. Figured if I jumped that curb on the inside there, that was going to be a slowdown. There. Now I'm down to 6th place. If I can nail this lap, I'll be back up to 5th. Oh look, another HPD in the Porsche curves. I guess that's a third gear corner. There we go. Almost a 55.
56.04.
Let's go one more lap, and then I think I'll go in for more adjustments. Yeah, even if I botch it, I gotta get more experience at Le Mans. Like taking that corner a little bit better. No slowdown, alright. Seems like if you're on the curb by the end of that, like the blue paint follows the curb. As long as you're on the curb, you won't get the slowdown. But if any of the cars touching that blue paint at all, any of it seems to give you the slowdown. It's a very fine line. How much fuel do I have left? Not too much. Yeah, baseline they only start you out with 12 gallons. My biggest guess of that is the IMSA series. They're going to be running 50% fuel in these cars, so you have to refuel. And that's probably why. John, you assume that I'm an expert GT driver, man. I don't think I'm gonna shave off 5 seconds. I'll find a second or two, but boy, 5 seconds, man. I have no finished blood in me, so there's no way that's happening. I have to channel my inner fin to do those kind of laps, and I don't have an inner fin. I don't know if I want to downshift to third there. There we go, that's a good lap.
55.23.
Pretty happy with that lap. So that means 54s are easily achievable. Probably in race trim though, you're looking for... People are... Oh god, there's a 51.8. God damn it. Nathan, UKNI guy. I mean, I probably have a good race trim time right now, but yeah, I still got 10 to find. Alright, so what did my... What are some good laps? What are my shocks at? I'll show you what I'm looking at here, just so we can look together. Alright. So actually, the shocks improved over my previous best lap. So the dampers... Yeah. So the reference lap is my fastest lap. So that was the last lap that I just completed. Maybe hard to hear me there. Alright, so they're hovering around 50-50, which is very good. So if I add one click of bump, it's not really going to kill me too much. So 7.5 laps, looks like. Alright, so that's the thing though, those bottoming outs, it's when I'm hitting some of the curves. Because I'll hit, like, especially in the beginning of Le Mans, I'll hit those, almost like those little sausage curves and stuff like that. So, and I don't think I'm really concerned about the ride heights too much. Temps aren't a big deal. Pit report. Right, the pressures are logged, but they leave them off because of what? iRacing. I don't know. It's whatever. My let's see. My data laps aren't doing too bad. These are going crazy, but in case you're wondering what these dots are, it's pretty much all these plot points put onto a graph. And to know that a setup is working with you, you'll follow this line. And you'll see like almost like a general S curve, and basically you just kind of want to make, you really want it to just kind of snake around this S curve, but you don't want like one end flaring out, like kind of like this is. But you look at my reference lap, the tail here is a lot thinner, so it's the S is a little bit more of a line. And when you get to this point, that means that the car is doing really, it's really, you're comfortable with the setup is basically what I'm trying to say, is when you get this almost straight out. I think Motec has something like this. This is iRacing in case you didn't know. But I think Motec, the free program, has something like this too, where you can put all the plot points on it. It's almost like a marble that's in the car and it's rolling back and forth, you know, because you have a lot of lateral G's and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah. So let's put that back. Let's get OBS back to normal. Alright, so what I want to try now is just one click of bump on the entry. I'm gonna try to see what it is like on 51.2. If it's too much, I'll tune it back. Cambers. Probably could reduce the front camber just slightly. I may actually leave it like that, even though these tires aren't wearing exactly close. It's because at high speeds, the more rubber patch that you have, the more friction it is, and Le Mans is all about top speed, so that's doing pretty good right now. So I'm gonna leave that alone for now. The gears I'm gonna leave alone for right now. I do think that is probably either 196 or what is that, 201? Yeah, that might be the gears, but I'm running by myself right now. This is what it would be in metric for any metric people out there. I'm guessing you're probably going to want to aim for that kind of top speed, but for right now, I'm not going to be too concerned with that. I mean, this is just a starter set. Doesn't seem to be topping off too badly. go back to that lap. You seem to get the most speed in 2 spots. Let's see, cockpits. So I was hitting 183 before I braked. How was I on this lap? This was the lap when I had the lower gear ratio. Yeah, I was hitting 182, and it was already complaining about topping off. Let me go back to this lap. The other sector that you see a lot of top speed at. Let's see. This part here. Alright, I was hitting about 180 before I braked. Honestly, I think I'm braking a little too early there. I think I want to brake about the 100 marker, because like I brake, I go down to 5th, I like churn early, but I'm already on the gas. So right there, I'm definitely losing time right there. Nailing that corner alone will get me in the 54s easy. I'm losing probably about a half a second right there. And like I said, this isn't a track I've raced very often. I think I've done one official race in the 4GT2 and prototype in GT. I think the first time it was ever the racetrack was available the first season. I did one race in it, so I don't have the track down like the back of my hand yet. So this is setting for how aggressive the traction control cuts engine torque. Setting 1 has the most support. Setting 5 has the least support. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna put that up a little bit. Okay. Engine map setting. Fuel save maps. Okay. Throttle map, that's the standard, yeah, S-curve versus a straight line. Alright. Yeah, let's just go out and see what that bump change does to the car. I don't want to change too much. What do we got? 24 minutes left. I think I might stick around till then. That's a slowdown.
They say you cut the corn. They say you cut the corn.
Good, the stream's back to green. I just noticed that. Yeah, in case you're watching and copying me, I want to try different gear choices for 3rd and 6th gear. I think 6th still needs to be extended, and I think 3rd gear might have to be shortened. So those are some options you can go ahead and try out if you copied my gear selection. Other than that, the gearbox feels really good. I think this might be almost the gearbox that I use for Le Mans. I don't know if I'm going to do the 24 hours of Le Mans yet. I mean, I don't even think I know one person that wants to do it, so I'm probably not even going to worry about it. It's not really a big deal. I did a couple of the 24-hour races, and, you know, even if you're not the main driver, it's so stressful. You can't sleep. You can't sleep at night while the race is going on, and it ruins your whole weekend, and I don't know. I'd rather be at the dirt track. I do like 6-hour and 12-hour endurances. Those are actually fun, but 24, it just kind of takes up the whole weekend. I mean, in general, endurance racing is probably my favorite type of racing in terms of road racing. You know, just endurance multi-class, to me, it's just the most fun, sports car racing and that. Nothing against, you know, high downforce single-seaters. I mean, they're impressive in their own right. I mean, they're built to do one thing, and that's really go really fucking fast, really fucking quickly. So, but I don't know, just seeing sports cars out there duking it out, that's awesome. That and I won't get into it. I was gonna say, well, you know, Formula 1 really hasn't been interesting the last few years, but this year hasn't been too bad. At least Ferrari's got their shit together and they're giving Mercedes a good run. But I don't really care to get into that because I don't watch Formula 1 enough. Like, I like watching the races, but I don't sit there and wonder, like, sitting there on Twitter waiting for drivers to tweet what fucking lunch they ate yesterday. You know, I'm not that obsessive. Almost a slowdown. I saved it. Yeah, this Ferrari is incredibly easy to drive here, even with all the downforce taken out of the wing. No, just as an FYI, you know, I know most people already know this, especially if you're on iRacing. But, you know, even if it says you got 0-degree angle of the wing, if that rear spoiler is there, it's creating downforce, even if it's 0% wing. You know, think about it at like the Indianapolis race when they go out for qualifying. The wings they're like negative. They're like so far back you could read when the cars are going by. You could read the sponsors on the wing. It's insane how little wing they use. But there's still a little downforce. The wings are still pushing the cars into the ground. You'd have to flip them upside down for them to generate upforce. Oof. I mean, that's what airplanes do, so. No, I shouldn't be talking, and I should worry about a good lap, but right now what I'm trying to do is do a little distracted driving to see what that bump does, because I'll feel it right away. And knock on wood, I'm a little bit more prone to lockup, but the turn is excellent. So really, at this point, I just got to get users got to get a little bit better. I think I'm gonna adjust the brakes down to 51.8. See how it feels. Alright, that was a little bit better corner. Oh, if the stream is laggy, that's me. I don't know. Like, I keep getting the your stream health is low message. So if the stream or if the video's too laggy, I do apologize. That is me. I don't know why I don't know why it's doing it now. I just streamed 2 hours ago and it just never gave me any issues. What's your field of view? It is 120 degrees. I got a triple monitor set up, 324 inches. So even though I made a lot of mistakes there,
55,
I actually got a faster
2,
lap,
3.
so I think I can already tell that that little change is exactly what I needed. I say as I botched that corner. I knew as soon as I would say it I was going to do that. But yeah, if I could put the pieces together, you can see my ops already in the low 54s, so 53 is easily doable. Alright, I gotta get that. I gotta get that, I gotta get the chat down. I've been looking at the chat. So, not this lap, next lap. I'm gonna probably shut up, focus, and try to get a really good lap in. This lap, I'll pretty much just spend, you know, it's a throwaway lap. I'll probably try to gamble on a few of the corners. See if I can pick up any more time. You know, gamble a little bit for the rest of the corners and then try to nail the next lap. Man, it's fun to drive these GT cars. I'm glad we got a new class of them, because well, GT3 is alright, but GT, alright, so I know to brake earlier there, brake at my normal point, but yeah, these, you know, these cars are nice and fast. They're, you know, they have less power than most of the GT cars, but they're a lot lighter weight. And no ABS. That's a key thing because people are too used to throwing the cars around. In GT3, so you come to GTE, you gotta learn how to brake without locking them up. I think that's why I just love the GT1 class so much. I mean, yeah, the Corvette sounds great. The Aston sounds absolutely phenomenal. So I still think it's the best sounding series on iRacing. But you know, you've got a lot of car and only traction control to save your butt. It's just so great. I braked too early there. Let's get this lap.
.27.
decent so far. Damn it!
They say you cut the corn. They say you cut the corn.
It's going away by itself. I see you, John. It's picking fights in the chat. The poor drivers. Wouldn't expect you to do anything different. Oh, you're stuck at work? Yeah, I'm actually hoping to go back to work soon, so there's that for me. I mean, the advantage of it is I'm allowed to just stay home and play with this build. So, I mean, that's the only silver lining in not working currently. That's alright. We just didn't have a lot of contracts. But hopefully soon I'll get back to work. Just got my resume updated today too. I had a guy help me out. And I gave it to him and said, here it is. Critique the hell out of it. And he had so much red on it that I was like, good, I'm glad. He had so much red on it I could barely read it. But we whipped it into shape, and hopefully I can sell myself to a company to take me under their wing. Yeah, I think that's a third gear corner. What am I doing there? Alright, let's try to nail it on this lap. We ain't got much time left, so I gotta do it. I'm gonna do it. Do it now. I think we only got one more opportunity after this, so. Screwed up that corner. I lost my braking marker. I try to brake at about between 150 and 200, or about 100 to 200, so about the 150 mark. And when I saw 300, I thought it was like 200. God dang it. At least I'm gaining the time back though, because I had a good exit. So that's not too bad. Lost a bunch of time through there. No! I gotta really practice that corner. Whew. Alright, well I gained a half a second.
54.71.
Back up to fifth. Well, since it's gonna time out when I complete this lap, so go for it all. Ah! Damn it. I think that's the first time I've spun out that Ferrari. I'm not joking. Drunky Butthole. Hey, hello. Hey, how's it going there? I like that name. That's how I feel every weekend. Let's get that up on, I don't know, TV3. Hey, thanks for the host. I don't know if the guy who made the session is still here or not, but if he is, I made sure I thanked him, because this was an open hosted session. This wasn't any of the iRacing servers. Yeah, 54 is definitely not great, but I know a few corners where I can gain a lot of time, so it's just a matter of time before I get it down. Mostly, let's see. Yeah, this sequence of corners right here. I just got to find a good braking and turn-in point here. I'm not too positive on that just yet. Get it about back to where it was before. Yeah, I may not want to do what I do in the GT1 cars. Since GT1 cars typically don't like immediately lock up, they have more progressive lockup. I tend to stab the brake to get like all the way down to the front, and then I'll let up a little bit. This corner is a good example. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's the right way to drive, like to brake in a car anyway, but it's worked for me, so. Yeah, that was the corner I fucked up, so that was definitely not up. Because right there alone, I lost about at least a tenth. If I nailed that, it probably would have been 10 to 2 tenths easy. Yeah, there's actually a very good example. Let's see. So yeah, I stabbed the brake to get that weight on the front end, and then I'll let off the brakes so they don't lock up. I'm not sure if that's going to be the best way to drive these cars. You may not want to do that at all. I know the Porsche, the Porsche Cup car, you don't want to do that at all. So, but that was the way that I drove the Corvette GT1. I'd have like, God, I had like 46.5 to 47% brake pressure, and car didn't mind it at all, not one bit. I'd stab the brake and then let off of it. I think I'm just used to doing that now. That if I'm gonna learn how to brake a different way, I just gotta reteach myself how to drive. Yeah, I said to myself one night when I got the car, I said that, well, the Ferrari has to be in red because it's Ferrari red. Like, I'm not the biggest Ferrari fan, but even I know there's just some cars that have to be in a certain color, and Ferraris are always that way. But I'm gonna admit that black and green looks really good on this Ferrari. I think I'm probably gonna end up keeping it. Alrighty, so then. Tire pressures. So this is tire pressures for... So it's 4 laps plus an out lap. So the tires were ran... just say it's 4 minutes. You know, we're talking about probably about 15 minutes. So that's a pretty good heat cycle. Let me get the overlay back up. Let me look at the... dampers again. Let's pull... What was my fastest lap from this one? Okay. So data is my old one. Reference is the new best lap. So it made the percentages grow a little away from each other. Might be able to solve that by just adding a click of rebound in the front, so that might not be too big of a adjustment. Alright, so then tire pressures aren't too bad. This one could probably be toned down a little bit. There it is for those who like to watch like to do things in metric. I don't know what the target hot pressures are for the 2017 Season 3 build. I imagine the tires are a lot like the current tires that are on all the GT cars, where you pretty much just want to run as low as you can. So I'm probably going to say that you want to aim for anywhere from 160 to 165 kPa. And for US, that's probably anywhere from 23.5 to 24 psi. Yeah, we might be able to go lower. I just haven't tested it out yet. So this is like I said, this is a Le Mans starting setup. I'm probably gonna like spend some time later trying out even softer springs, because typically want softer springs for Le Mans. I don't know I don't know how beneficial it would be, but we put the metric up for a bit. Okay. So the major changes I did from the baseline was I reduced 1 click of toe in the front. So it was at -2, now it's at -1. So basically half a millimeter down. Got the toe in on the rears to both be 0. The car just came in after that. I actually did that off screen before I started testing on the stream. Traction control is basically the same. I think default it's that, but I have it at that. So once again, traction control setting is how aggressively the traction control cuts the torque, with setting 5 being the least support. So I don't want this to be overdoing it too much. Brake pressure was, I think, that to start out with. I'm down to that. The springs default were these. I went 1 lower and then increased the bumps, because that right here is default springs and compression. I tested this out in case the stream was lagging, you couldn't really see. The car had some interesting behaviors. If you didn't overdrive the car would feel pretty good going into the corner, but if you drove it in, dived it in a little too late, or, got on a curb too early, the car would kind of have a little erratic oversteer. So putting the compression in the low speeds allowed the car to gate a little bit more understeer, so now it doesn't mind when you throw it into the corner a little bit. Didn't do anything to the rear suspension, which is why I'm calling this Le Mans set just a start for now, because nothing on the rear changed, other than I think I reduced the back by 2 inches. Yeah. It's about 5 millimeters, I think. Yeah. So I lowered the back end. Probably go down even more, because Le Mans, you typically have the back end as low as possible, get as less downforce as possible. Speaking of that, default's at 3. I have the wing setting all the way down to 1. I adjusted these gears. Default setups, too short for Le Mans. I'm surprised they didn't have a Le Mans setup in here. I adjusted it to that. Put that in metric real quick. Some suggestions. I'm thinking a 150 or a 120 are probably going to be the way to go. So you're going to look for a top speed around that, and then adjust the gears accordingly. The other thing I'm thinking too is third gear feels a little bogged down when you shift to it. So I'm thinking I might test later on, a shorter third gear. Haven't touched the differential at all. Okay, so yeah, that was the set. So I hope this gets people on their feet, a solid foundation. It wasn't too many changes. Like I said, I didn't touch the rear very much. Default toe was at that. I just turned it down into 0. Close to 0 as I could get it. So, alright, session's over, so I can't practice anymore. I'll end the stream for now. I may probably stream later. Probably do the same thing, but with the Ford GT next time. I might in a couple minutes. It looks like the stream health has gotten a little bit better. Let me just get another lap up here. Wait, what? What the heck are you doing? Can I not? What the heck? What the heck is this doing? Oh, that was weird. So let me just pull up the stream here and see how it is. Yeah, I heard about these new render modes. Have to go check that out. Actually, in fact, let me pull... Let's take this. You know what? Before I shut off the stream, I'm done driving for right now, but I'm going to... I'm going to take this replay mode and see what's up. Okay. I'll just... Ferrari replay. Just call it that for now. Probably won't keep it, so... Yeah, stream seems okay now. Okay. Alright, let me cancel out of that. Then what I'm gonna do is, let me get that replay up. Let's see. Let me pull up the results here. My replays. Ferrari.rpi. Alright, while that's loading, let me get the results up. So for certain people in the stream here, Mr. Ulmer in particular, Ford GTD's fastest lap was a 352, the Ferrari a 350.5. So like I said, John, Ford just got to keep sandbagging until we get a BOP on Friday. And then Ford will be the fastest, just like in real life, of last year's Le Mans. So there you go. Nah. That Nathan Parkinson, man, he was... When I came in, he was at 52, then he was at 51, then he was low 51, and then he hit 50s. Yeah, that guy was rocking it. Okay. I heard about those render modes, but I didn't find them. I didn't think to pull up the replay button, so we'll have to check out what these are. If Le Mans never loses, come on, come on. Usually takes about an hour and a half, or hour and a half, a minute and a half, or 2 minutes to load up Le Mans. At least the stream quality has returned back to normal. I don't know what was going on earlier. I mean, it was 4 or 5 p.m. here, so probably a lot of busy time. Alright, let's get in the cockpit here. Hey, how do you get into the render mode? How do you render? How do you render? What's going on here? Do I have to enable something? Or do I have to, like, video capture or something? I don't know what's going on. Oh well, look like a fool, I guess. Do not see anything I have to enable. Oh yeah, I want to look at this real brief. Yeah, I don't think there's anything like that for Traction Control 2, so that might just have to be done manually in in-car adjustments for right now, so... Huh, can't click on those render modes. I don't know why. Maybe it's only for self-test sessions. Well, I tried. Anyway, I'm gonna cut the stream for now. I might be streaming later. Probably doing some more Le Mans practice, this time for the Ford GT. So, yep. If you watched, I thank you for watching. Have a good day, and hey, thanks for sticking in there, even though the stream was laggy. I'll probably keep the video up. I'll just probably put a little description or put it in the name that the video is laggy because of the stream. I think I was just streaming during peak times, and that's a bad idea, because my time when it was the stream was laggy was, yeah, like I started streaming at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. Eastern, you know, so it's probably just a peak hour thing, because we all switched to Spectrum recently, and ever since that change, Spectrum has been junk. So, alright, well, if you stuck around, I thank you for watching, and have a great day, guys.